Maybe you've heard of PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program. It's part of an emergency funding plan passed by Congress that gave $659 billion taxpayer dollars to small businesses around the country. $5.7 billion found its way to companies right here in South Carolina, an emergency lifeline designed to keep employees on the payroll during the peak of the COVID shutdowns. But now we've gotten a closer look at just who got all that money and at one industry in particular where some insiders say your money was their profit.
That would be our largest seller right there, 24 packs of Miller Lite.
Russell Farr is a middleman. His company, Greenco, is a beer distributor. A vast refrigerated warehouse that stocks dozens of brands linking brewer to buyer. In 2020, life in the middle has been very rewarding. How's this year been for you?
It's been the best year in our 104-year history.
When schools and restaurants and most business closed this spring, Upstate consumers stocked up. In fact, FAR refers to shelter in place by its initials. SIP, because folks trapped at home bought beer in bulk. When did you start to notice that sales were increasing?
Immediately.
This March, while the economy slowed, Greenco sold 220,000 cases of beer. That's nearly 30% more than the same month the previous year. In April, the trend continued, which is why Farr was surprised to get a call from his bank offering $2 million in taxpayer money. All he had to do was promise not to lay anyone off. You were never going to lay anybody off.
Nope.
You were hiring.
Hiring.
So when did the bank call you?
Immediately when the government allocated to the banks. And they explained it to me, and I said that's not for us.
That money from the federal Paycheck Protection Program was approved by Congress and funded through the Small Business Administration. Emergency bailouts designed to fund payrolls for 8 weeks and avoid a COVID depression. On April 3rd, right at midnight, the financial floodgates opened to what bankers called a tsunami of taxpayer cash.
It was all hands on deck. It was trying to process as many applications from the small business client during a window that everyone perceived was going to close very rapidly.
Fred Green is president and CEO of the South Carolina Bankers Association. It's his group that helped everyone from international banks to community lenders work with the government. He says 2/3 of the state's community banks had never worked with the SBA before, and now they were financial middlemen.
The bank's role was really to be a conduit. The bank could not approve nor deny a loan. The bank would gather the data, send it to the SBA.
The government would approve $5.7 billion in PPP funding for 63,000 South Carolina businesses. The Bankers Association estimates the bailout saved 650,000 jobs, about a quarter of the state's total workforce.
But I can say with a high level of confidence that it went to the folks who really needed it.
But we did find some who appear to have accepted that cash despite having a very profitable year, including other beer wholesalers. We looked at records from the State Department of Revenue. Beer distributors pay taxes on each case they sell, so there's a record of their monthly performance. Carolina Beer Company of Anderson sold more cases in March and April of this year than they did the year before. Yet they accepted between $350,000 and $1 million from taxpayers. They haven't responded to our questions about the cash. Budweiser of Spartanburg accepted the same amount, even though they too sold more beer during the COVID crisis. They too did not return our calls. B&B Distributors of Rock Hill accepted between $1 and $2 million taxpayer dollars. The CEO, Rick Bridges, told me there was never a plan to lay people off. He says the company did have COVID cases and accepted the cash because of uncertainty in the economy.
It just didn't seem right taking taxpayers' money to bail us out when we didn't need bailing out.
Russell Farr says he's humbled by his financial success as a middleman in the middle of a pandemic, and thankfully said no to $2 million in taxpayer cash. If you want to see a list of everybody who took some of that money, I posted it on the website. Interesting note about the PPP program, there was so much money available. Fred Green, the Bankers Association president, told me there was $100 million left unclaimed. He says everyone who applied and qualified got some of that PPP money.